Children, now let us start the new chapter sound. Then, what is sound? Observe the instrument, which are the musical instrument. Here is a harmonium, tabla, sitara, flute. These are the instrument produces sound and they are the musical instruments. If you are having a musical class in your school, there will be music room, and in the music room of your school you hear the sounds produced by the musical instruments like flute, tabla, harmonium, etc. And how do you come to know that period is over in your school? Here, by hearing the bell sound. By hearing the sound of the bell, you can know that a period is over in your school. You come to know easily that someone is at your door when he knocks. You hear the sound of the doorbell. Then you can understand somebody is in front of your house. Most of the time you can make out that someone is approaching you by just hearing the footsteps. So, sound plays an important role in our lives. It helps us to communicate with one another. We hear a variety of sounds in our surroundings. We have also heard a variety of sounds from sitara, violin, veena, ringing of temple bells, chirping of birds, vehicles honking in traffic, dogs barking, pressure cooker whistling, crackers bursting, rattling and breaking of objects. Also, we hear our favorite song playing in the iPod. While some of these sounds may be pleasant and soothing, some could be annoying, but all these are known as sounds. In this chapter, let us discuss about how is sound produced, how does it travel from one place to another place, how do we hear sound, why are some sounds louder than others. So, in this chapter, let us discuss about the production of sound and the traveling of sound and also hearing of sound and also about the pitch, amplitude, etc. Now, what is sound? You know that sound is a form of energy that produces sensation of hearing. We can also say that it is a form of energy and it comes from vibrations. These vibrations create sound waves which move through medium such as air, water, etc. All sounds are a combination of pure frequencies. A stretched rubber band, when plucked, vibrates and produces sound. How do you say that sound is produced by a vibrating body? Touch your school bell when it is not in use, means when it is not producing sound. And also touch the same bell when it is producing sound. You can feel vibration of this bell. So when it is producing sound, it vibrates. Take a metal plate or a pan, hang it at a convenient place in such a way that it does not touch any wall. Now strike it with a stick. Do you hear a sound? Touch the plate or pan gently with your finger. Do you feel the vibrations? And you strike the plate with the stick and hold it tightly with your hands. Immediately after striking, what do you feel? Still you hear the sound? Touch the plate after it stops producing sound. Can you feel any vibration here? Children, you take a rubber band and two pencils and a pencil box. Take a pencil box and put this rubber band along the longer side of a pencil back box as shown in the figure. Here, put this rubber band along a longer side of a pencil box. Insert two pencils. Insert two pencils between the box. So what happens here? Rubber band will get stretched. Now plug the rubber band somewhere in the middle. And what do you hear here? Here you hear the sound. Here you can hear the sound, and also you can feel the vibration of the rubber band. And also in your previous class you learned that back and fro movement of the object called vibration. What is vibration? To and fro or back and forth motion of an object is called vibration. Here this rubber band vibrates means it moves backward and forward. Here there is a to and fro motion. So there is a vibration. When a tightly stretched rubber band is plucked, it vibrates, and due to its vibration, sound will be produced. When it stops vibrating, it does not produce any sound. When it vibrates, you can hear the sound. When there is no any vibration, sound is also not there. So there is a to and fro motion is there, or backward and forward motion is there, and there is nothing but a vibration of the rubber band. Due to the vibration of the rubber band, there is a formation of sound. Now you do one more activity. Take a metal dish, pour water in it, and take a spoon and strike its edge. What do you observe? Here you hear the sound. Sound will be produced, you can hear it. Again you strike the dish and then touch it. You can feel the vibration of the dish. Strike the dish again and also observe the surface of the water. What do you observe here? Here you can see that vibrating object produces sound. When you strike the dish vibrates, and the water in the dish also vibrates, and you can observe the wave formation in the water. So you can observe that vibrating dish produces waves in water. We see that vibrating object produces sound. In some cases the vibration are easily visible to us, but in some cases vibration is not visible to us because their amplitude is so small. Their amplitude is so small that we cannot see them. But if the amplitude is larger, then you can observe the vibration, you can see the vibration. Again you do one activity. Take a hollow coconut shell and make a musical instrument, ek tara. You can also make it with the help of a earthen pot. Play this instrument and identify its vibrating part. Here the vibrating part is the string. Then you make a list of musical instruments and identify their vibrating parts. You might have seen the manjira, ghatam and kartala. These musical instruments are commonly used in many parts of our country. These instruments are simply beaten or struck. When we pluck the string of an instrument like sitara, the sound that we hear is not only that of the string, the whole instrument is forced to vibrate, and it is the sound of the vibration of the instrument that we hear. Similarly, when we strike the membrane of mridangam, the sound that you hear is not only that of the membrane but of the whole body of the instrument. Whole body of the instrument. Children, you know about the Jalataranga. Take 6 to 8 bowls or tumblers, fill them with water up to different levels. See here, the level of the waters are different in different tumblers or different bowls. Here they are in the increasing manner. See here, the level of the water goes on increases from here to this one. Now take a pencil and strike the bowls gently. Strike all of them in succession. First you strike this, after this, after this, after this, after this. So strike all of them in succession. You will hear pleasant sound. So this is your Jalataranga. So how does sound produce? Sound is produced only when the source of sound vibrates at its mean position in to and fro direction. Sometimes vibrations can be seen and sometimes they are invisible. So give these some examples of vibrating body. We can see vibration in ringing bell, but not in case of playing harmonium. The tightly stretched rubber string when plucked in the middle shows a fast to and fro motion. So you write that what is sound? So write what is sound? What is sound? Sound is a form of energy produced by vibrating bodies or vibrating objects which produces sensation of hearing. So write sound is a form of energy that produces or form of energy produced by vibrating bodies that produces sensation of hearing. So what is sound? Sound is a form of energy produced by vibrating body that produces sensation of hearing. So you write the examples of sounds. Examples of sounds. So write sounds produced by the musical instruments like sound produced by the musical instruments like sitar, violin, veena, tabla, etc. Tabla, also you can say flute, etc. The sound produced by all the musical instrument. That is the example of sounds. And also you can give some examples. Ringing of bells. Ringing of bells. Then chirping of birds, and vehicles honking in traffic. Dogs barking. Pressure cooker whistling. Now about the sound produced by humans. You know that human beings are having voice box or larynx. Voice box or larynx. This voice box or larynx produces sound. Sound produced by man is through a voice box which is called larynx. It consists of two flaps. It consists of two flaps. See here. It consists of two flap-like ligaments called vocal cords with a narrow slit spacing them. Here there is a vocal cord. Two flap-like ligaments called vocal cords with a narrow slit spacing them. Speak loudly for a while or sing a song or buzz like bee. Put your hand on your throat like this way. Put your hand on throat when you are speaking loudly. What do you feel? You can feel vibrations in that part. So that is due to the vibrations of the vocal cord. In humans, the sound is produced by the voice box, which is also called larynx. If you put your fingers on the throat and you can find a hard bump that seems to move when you swallow. While swallowing, you can feel a hard bump. This part of the body is known as the voice box. That is the voice box. It is at the upper end of the windpipe. It is at the upper end of the windpipe. Two vocal cords are stretched across the voice box or larynx in such a way that it leaves a narrow slit between them for the passage of air. See the narrow slit, and these are the vocal cords. Now, when we speak, air is forced out. This exhaled air forces the vocal cords to vibrate, due to which sound is produced. The length of vocal cord in males is 20 mm and female is 15 mm. That is the reason that females and males have different sounds. Muscles attached to the vocal cords can make the cords tight or loose. When the vocal cords are tight and thin, the type or quality of voice is different from that when they are loose and thick. Children, you do an activity to know the function of the vocal cords. Take two rubber strips of the same size. Take two rubber strips of the same size. Place these two pieces one above the other and stretch them. Stretch them tight. Now blow air through the gap between them. As the air blows through the stretched rubber strips, a sound is produced. You can also take a piece of paper with a narrow slit and hold it between your fingers. Now blow through the slit and listen to the sound. Our vocal cords produces sound in a similar manner. Here you can observe this by taking the rubber strip or by taking the paper strips also. Take a piece of paper with a narrow slit and hold it between your fingers. When the air is blown through the gap between the stretched rubber strip, the sound will be produced. And also here, if you use the slit of papers and if it is hold between your fingers and blow the air through the slit, then also sound will be produced. Observe the changes here. Our vocal cords produce a sound in a similar manner. So you write sound produced by man. In human, sound is produced by through a voice box. Through a voice box, which is also called voice box called larynx. In humans, voice box is at the upper end of the windpipe. Voice box is at the upper end of the windpipe. Upper end of the windpipe. Upper end of the windpipe. And there are two vocal cords. It consists of our voice box, right? Voice box consists of two flap-like ligaments called vocal cords. With a narrow slit spacing them. Narrow slit spacing them. Length of vocal cord in males is 20 mm and female is 50 mm. Right? The length of vocal cord in males is, you write in men, is about 20 mm and in women it is 15 mm. Children have very short vocal cords. Children have very short vocal cord. This is the reason why the voices of man, woman and children are different. So right, that is the reason That is the reason females and males have different sounds. This is the reason the voices of men, women and children are different. And children are different. So you write function of voice box or vocal cord. So when we speak, the lungs force air through the slit. Lungs force air through the slit. Air through the slit. The vocal cords vibrates. The vocal cord vibrate producing sound. Muscles attached to the vocal cords can make the cords tight or loose. When the vocal cords are tight and thin, the type or quality of voice is different from that when they are loose and thick.